Hey there, fam. So, I want to discuss the topic between the difference between the discomfort of betraying your truth and the discomfort of stepping into a new reality. Because the truth is, we're not afraid of discomfort. We live in discomfort every day. We roll out of bed when we immediately dread the rest of our day. We sit in traffic to our 9-to-5 job that we hate with the coworkers around us that we just want to strangle. Just to go home in more traffic and do it all again the next day. We go through that discomfort of the same cycles every day. So it's not discomfort that we're afraid of. We're afraid of the unknown. And self-love has become foreign to us. Or truth has become foreign to us because we've been born into this matrix of programs that were passed down from our family, from society, from teachers. I'm not bashing on teachers or anything, but it's the schooling, right? We're brought up with these programs, Like we go to school, we go to college, we get a 9-to-5 job that lasts us till we're 50, 60, older, and then we retire and we get to explore the rest of our life. I fell for that too. So we're not afraid of discomfort. We're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of our truth. We're afraid of what's outside the matrix, the comfort of the known. So the discomfort of that day-to-day, that it doesn't feel right, that you numb yourself out. You go home and you need beer and food and all these things to comfort you, to give you that little dose of happiness. But it's not even really happiness. It's just like a little fix of relief from that betrayal, that discomfort of that. I can't even describe the word. It's almost like you're running from something, but you don't know what. You're trying to distract yourself from the present moment. And all that is you running from yourself. Because deep down, you know you're not living your truth. Deep down, you know there's something more. You're just afraid to step out into it. You're afraid to step out of that routine of safety because your brain is telling you that this is safe, to go with the flow, to just follow the rules, to make sure you have that steady paycheck. But what's the cost? The cost is your soul, your truth. That time with your family that you can't get back. That time of happiness at the height of your life, which is always, I even say the height of your life, but that time you missed being happy. And all happiness is your authentic frequency. You meeting and living with your soul, through your soul, instead of just your mind. The difference between operating out of the matrix, which is fear and lack, and limitlessness. That's the difference. You see, the matrix is just less than 1% of reality. Your physical reality is less than 1% of what is. The rest is unseen, it's felt. It's vibrational. And even that 1% of physical is technically vibrational. It's just moving a lot slower than the rest. But that's a whole other day. So let's talk about that discomfort of stepping into a new level, of stepping into a new reality, of change. The difference between that is you'll find this sense of peace if you sit in it. When you're doing something that scares your mind, and you allow that fear to be there, you allow that fear to kind of wash off you. Underneath it will be this feeling of peace, of safety, of expansion. Like deep down, you know that this is leading to something better. A lot of times when you're stepping into this change, you won't have a reason for it, but you'll just feel good doing it. It will just feel right. It's kind of like that feeling of when you meet someone, like my wife, who I love since day one. Like immediately I saw her and I just knew. Everybody was asking me like, what do you see in her? Like, why do you love her? I'm like, I don't know yet. I just know I love her. Like, I know she's it. And I just knew. You can't always explain things. In fact, the most precious things in life you can't explain. Can you explain and define love? Can you explain and define happiness? Of peace? The best things in life you can't explain. The best things in life aren't logical. The best things in life happen organically, not forced. In deciphering this difference, it's even hard to put into words because it really is just a feeling. It's a feeling that I've had to experience over and over again. I had to fuck up over and over again to truly feel the difference between that discomfort that lights you up when you're doing something new and scary versus that discomfort of feeling like you're just succumbing. That feeling of just going back into old energy and it just doesn't feel the same. Because I've done that before. I've delved back into that old comfy life a few times and it just didn't feel right. You know, sometimes we need to do that just to really know what we're doing and fully choosing it. Because that is how you transform. You choose. Most of us were straddling our old life and our new life. Because we can't see it. We don't know for sure all the details of that new life, that new you. Outside of that comfy matrix. That comfy life you had that was still this uncomfortable, but comfortable in the sense of safe. You're afraid to choose you. You're afraid to trust yourself, your higher self, the universe. You're afraid to trust that feeling in your heart that's calling you for more, to do it and trust. Because that old life is going to call you back constantly. Those old thought patterns, which beliefs, right? That pattern of thought, are going to be calling you back. And all that is that old reality fading out. You just have to keep choosing. And one way to do that is through presence. Presence, like I got from presence in the beginning and then I forgot about it for a while. So I got so caught up in manifesting and channeling and I got distracted. But if you get presence down, you are a master. Because what presence is you lining up with the present moment, aka also your gateway to your higher self. You are merging with your higher self in the universe in the present moment. Outside the present moment is purely in the mind. You're trying to escape yourself when you're trying to grab onto those thoughts or figure them out. You don't need to figure them out. You're a multidimensional being. You create your reality. What's there to figure out? All there is to do is follow your guidance, your authentic self, what feels good. There's nothing to figure out. We try and figure it out to avoid our truth or how we really feel in that moment. Afraid to let go of that part of us that we've had for so long. I get it. But when you get present, you stop thinking. You start just being in your higher mind. Just being. Not needing to control anything, but just being in that present moment. What that does is it opens you up for your higher self to take over. For yourself, the universe to bless you with the limitless creation that it has planned for you. Everything that you desire is in your authentic frequency already. It's within you, wanting to be let out. The problem is you keep holding on to that old version. You keep feeding that old reality by trying to figure it out. And so you're keeping that reality in play, that story in play. Instead of trying to control that story, all you have to do is take your attention off it. Because it needs your energy to come to life. You are the creator of your reality in that way. Your focus is your energy. So what if all you had to do was be present? To start choosing where you're putting your energy. So when that old life and those old thoughts start coming back but knocking at your door, you can just let them bounce off, roll off, like in the shower. The water just rolls off. Commit to the present moment. Commit to this new self. Because in every now moment, you have exactly what you need. Because the universe, your higher self, isn't going to blast you with the whole plan at once. You'd be completely overwhelmed. It's better that you don't know. Because who you are right now is ready for what you know right now. So if you can just be in this present moment, fully committed, getting the downloads, and just acting. Not thinking, how am I going to make this happen? But just acting. Just like when someone else is playing the navigation person, right, in the car and you're driving. And you have to trust them to be like, okay, turn left. And you're like, okay, turn left here. Or even if you're navigation, fuck it, it's even your navigation. It goes step by step, right? If it were to give you the entire directions, would you get it all? No. You need that step by step. And this is the new way of operating. So I'm saying this to help you understand that the unknown is not a bad thing. The unknown is stepping and expanding into yourself, expanding your, expanding your consciousness of yourself. You're getting to know more of yourself in that way. So when it comes to the difference between that feeling of discomfort of betraying yourself, of knowing you're supposed to be doing something different, but you keep just doing the same thing over and over again, staying in that relationship that was over like months ago, but you're just holding on to it because you're afraid to be alone, or that job that you're just going through the motions on, maybe one day, something else will fall in your lap, but until then, you're just going to wait it out, or have a sugar daddy or sugar mama, whatever. And then there's that feeling of excitement, of interest, of like, what if? What if there's more? Or when you want to do something, you're like, oh, well, but maybe I don't. Listen to that first voice. Think of who you want to be. Think of how you want to feel and follow it. It's only uncomfortable to your mind, which doesn't know what your soul knows yet. Think of it as like you're going through the woods, you and your mind, and then your soul's up above, seeing all the ways out. You and your mind are stuck down here, freaking out. But your soul's like, oh, there's like 1 billion ways to get out of this woods. I don't know what they're freaking out about. They're good. Get out of your own way. Because what's meant for you is always there. It's within you. It's literally wanting to be birthed through you. But the more you think, the more you try and control, the more you block yourself from that. The more you run from yourself, you're running from the answer, the very thing you want. It's you. It's you embodying that next version of you and experiencing it out here. So it's not out there you're trying to get money. You're not trying to get love. You're not trying to get all those things that you think you need. You're just being the person who already has those things. Right now. And that's why we must trust the feeling, because the feeling is showing you the 99%. Your physical eyes can't do that. Your mind can't do that. The same way Albert Einstein, he always used to say, you can't solve the problem with the same consciousness that created it. You have to step into that new consciousness, aka the solution. It's like radio stations. You're in the station of this you right here with all these problems. All you have to do is change the station. And everything you want is right there. It's not about figuring it out. It's about just operating at a new level. And if you want help navigating this, if you want help learning how to master yourself, I just created a new 6-week program called Hogwarts. And I also have another 6-week program called Foundations as well, which is all about presence. So you can look those up on my site. You can go through my Instagram account, which I list below. And if you have any questions too, you can email me. You can contact me in the comments, or I said Instagram I'm mostly on, so you can contact me there. But I have 3 spots left as of now. I only take a few clients at a time, so I like to dedicate my energy toward them, and I keep myself open for one-on-one calls as well, just hour to 90 minutes. But I call it Hogwarts because it really is like Hogwarts. You're learning this 99%. You're pulling back the veil of your reality and seeing this whole wizard world that you had no idea about. Like, when I started doing this, it blew my fucking mind. Like, life is so much different than we're taught. It's like, what? Everything I thought was true is not at all. Everything I knew as a kid and like fantasized about was. Like, what? And I want everyone to experience this, because no one should feel limited. No one should feel that pain of feeling in the closet because they're afraid to step out as their truest self. No one. Not even a cool Harry Potter closet, okay? So think of this as like your 9 3/4 platform. And you can check those out. You can book a call with me if you just want to, start getting, dipping your toe in the water. What I do is I just help you go into yourself. So I channel, we do tarot, we do belief clearing. And a lot of times I'm just channeling through me because I'm a pretty open channel already. I used to use tarot as kind of more validation for you, like, oh, look. But yeah, if you want to do that, that's just a little bit of breakdown of what I do. And yeah. I love you all, and I'll be back next time. And you can check out my Instagram as well as TikTok as well, in my link tree if you want more, as that's what the platforms I'm mostly on.